Hello, epic viewers from around the world. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently flaunt it in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process officially underway. It has only begun, and now it's over. What item have I prompted? What item have I drawn forth? This character is known by the moniker of the illustrious, legendary, revered Blue Eyes White Dragon. Is a Blue Eyes White Dragon figurine a paradigm of perfection? Is a figurine the epitome of resounding perfection? Is a figurine the embodiment of perfection? Let's find out. That is an enigma. That is also subjective. You need to assess this figurine's merits and determine whether he warrants a premium price of $10 or more, or determine whether he should be consigned to the trash. In my personal, subjective, humble opinion, I believe this figurine is a worthwhile figurine. I believe that he's stellar. I believe that he's stupendous. I love his design. I love his sculpt. I love his aesthetics. I love his hues. I love his deco. I love his textures. I love his shadings. He is more than one hue. He has beady little blue eyes. He also has a energy blast that he can eject from his mouth. Of course, I didn't receive that. I didn't receive that corresponding accessory amid buying him via eBay. It was missing. I love his claws. He can maul his adversaries to death. He truly represents the Blue Eyes White Dragon. He stands roughly 7 inches tall. He can't really flap his wings. This figurine cannot be placed into too many dynamic poses. He seems to have roughly 5 points of articulation. Actually, I retract my previous statement. Perhaps he has 6 points of articulation. He lacks double-jointed elbows. He lacks double-jointed knees. He lacks articulation in the elbow joints or in the knee joints. He lacks an ankle pivot. He can't articulate his ankles in any facet. He can't articulate his claws. He can't articulate his toes. He can't perform an ab crunch. He can't really flap his wings. So he has ample points of articulation. The amount of poses that he can be placed in are relatively limited, in stark contrast to Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. But as a display item, he's just amazing. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You may want to procure at least 3 of them, even if they're doppelgangers or homogeneous to one another. They're still worthwhile since they have high quality sculpts. So overall, I have no qualms about this purchase and decision. In retrospect, I would have purchased another one if I could have procured them for the same price. I recollect paying roughly $10 for this figurine. I acquired them via eBay. I also received a 4% cashback rebate. I received 2%. I received a 2% cashback rebate in the form of eBay bucks post-purchase in this item. Furthermore, I received a 2% cashback rebate in the form of credit card credit post-purchase in this item. So I received an aggregate amount of a 4% cashback rebate post-purchase in this item. So it wasn't as expensive as $10. It was slightly less than $10. 4% of $10 was roughly 40 cents. So I can partially defray the cost by charging items to my credit card and by redeeming eBay bucks, so that I could receive discounts on future purchases. Plus, I could further defray the cost by creating videos of my unboxings or my escapades or of various activities in my life appertaining to my action figures. But even with these rebates, he's still close to $10. So I'm also glad that his design does not have any major flaws. He's not marred with scuffs or scratches. He doesn't have any major dings or dents. I would have preferred if his teeth could clench together. I would have preferred if he was a bit more bulkier and a bit more intimidating, but it's fine. He can fit into the palm of my hand. He's just a remarkable figurine. So here he is. Here's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I have no gripes about this purchase and decision. I recommend and advocate purchasing him when you get the chance if you're an avid, devout Yu-Gi-Oh fan. So the box is not devoid of its contents and can be relegated to the trash. This figurine will capitalize upon being flaunted on the shelf. Even though he's a hunk of plastic, I'm sure that he'll relish his time on the shelf. Is he an inanimate object? Everything is cognizant, I believe so, but he may have a consciousness. Why do I say may? Because everything is cognizant. I'm relegated to the parameters of my consciousness. I cannot see outside the scope of my consciousness. So for all I know, this hunk of plastic could truly be animated. He could truly be alive. But I can never know that because I can never escape the parameters of my consciousness. But I would make the arbitrary assumption that he's sedentary, he's not cognizant. But I could be wrong. The multiverse is an enigma. I barely know anything. I'm the first one to acknowledge that and concede that I don't even know anything at all. But I'm willing to assimilate knowledge and perpetually learn in order to amplify my knowledge base. Although, if I can survive in the upcoming decades, I'll still likely also know nothing, because the fields of knowledge are perpetually amplifying. They're incessantly increasing. I can't keep up with it. I'll be lucky if I can know 0.0000001% of all knowledge in the prodigious knowledge base. But I'm done. Taking a gander at the figurine. I need to move on and spawn more riveting, enthralling, engrossing videos. I hope that you deemed this video to be intriguing and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.